Hi there, folks. Sherry Schreiber of GettingBetter.com with another naked truth for you today. I want to talk to you about one of the shortest words in the English language that millions all over the world have great difficulty saying, and that word is no. Now, no can come in many, many, many different forms. It can be no, thank you. Uh, Not now, maybe later. Um, Absolutely, unequivocally, no. Are you fucking kidding me? No. Uh, um, no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but no. Okay. And yet people are so afraid to say this word. Why are we so afraid to say this word? What is the reluctance to saying no? I mean, it's ridiculous. And yet, it's so difficult for people to manage this one tiny little word. Haven't you found yourself in situations where somebody offers you a beverage or some food and you find yourself saying, no, I'm okay, thanks. Or I'm fine, thanks a lot. Rather than, no, thank you. I mean, yeah, we've probably all done this, right? What's so hard about saying no? Well, when you think about it, I mean, let's dissect this a little bit, okay? From the time we're 1.5, 2 years old, when we're starting to form an independent, autonomous sense of identity separate from our mommies, we start saying no. We start saying no a lot. We start defying her. We start being rebellious. This is a normal, natural stage of individuation and separation from the mom. We're discovering we're finally not attached to her physically. We're separate beings apart from her. And we start asserting our independence. And what that means is we start saying no. Well, this stage of life, this stage of development, is referred to as the terrible twos. Now, how do you think it got that name? The terrible twos. When a child says no, because it doesn't agree with what the mommy wants. It runs counter to what the mommy wants the child to do. And yet it's a very necessary, essential stage of our growth, our development, our maturation, this stage of life. The second stage we go through that involves individuation and separation from our parental units is in pre-adolescence, adolescence. Very necessary stuff. And if we're enmeshed with our mothers, we're afraid to disappoint them, hurt them, let them down in some way, because there will be a terrible price to pay for that. We don't say no. So what this does is it spills over into every relationship we have, both professionally and personally. We're afraid to say no for fear we will disappoint somebody, let them down. They'll be angry at us, they'll reject us, they'll abandon us. And we go to great lengths to avoid saying no. So I want to teach you something about this today, all right? Because I want you to start saying no a lot more often. I want you to practice this. And the way you're going to practice this is you're going to buy yourself some time. Because whenever somebody asks a favor of you, I want you to not say yes. Oh, you're used to saying yes because most of you out there are people pleasers, fixers, caregivers, rescuers, and you'll lay yourself on a train track with an oncoming train rather than say no to somebody for fear of disappointing them or having them not see you in as positive a light as you'd like them to. So here's a little tool for you, folks, to help you say no a little more often. In fact, a lot more often because it's healthy for you. And it helps you start practicing healthy boundaries. It also helps you start checking in with your own feelings and needs before you say yes to somebody who's asked a favor of you. Okay? And it also eliminates you having to feel like a deer in the headlights when somebody asks you a favor and you don't want to do it. I mean, there's a part of you that just doesn't want to do it, but you don't know how to say no. Okay? So from here on out, from this day forward, you are not to say yes to somebody who asks you for something. Okay? You're not allowed. Okay? Get that out of your vocabulary. You're not allowed to say yes. What you are going to do instead is you're going to buy yourself some time. And your response to these people, I don't care how small the favor is, I don't care how easy it is for you to respond to that query that they've made of you. You are not to agree to do whatever they're asking for you. Okay? Or from you, rather. You're not to agree to it. You're not to say yes. I don't care how trivial and easy it is for you to comply with that favor they've asked of you. Okay? What you're going to do instead, like I said, you're going to buy yourself some time. You're going to say, you know what, let me get back to you on that. Or, I'll have to think about that. Let me get back to you. Now you're buying yourself some time. This is the beginning of self-respect, my dears. This is the beginning of self-respecting behavior. And you can't have healthy self-esteem unless you have healthy self-respect. Okay? So from here on out, I don't care how small the favor is. I don't care what somebody asks of you. Let me get back to you on that. Let me think about it and get back to you on that. Something of that nature. Okay? All right? Now, once you've given yourself that time, once you've bought this time for yourself, there are 3 questions. I want you to write these down. 3 questions you must ask yourself. Question number 1. Do I really want to do it? Because if you don't really want to do it, it's really appropriate to say no. I'm sorry, I can't. So even just the desire, not having the desire to do something for somebody is enough to say no. You don't need all kinds of excuses and reasons and so on and so forth. People can usually see right through those. You just say, I'm sorry, I can't do that for you. If you really don't want to do it. Okay? That's all it takes. I'm sorry, I can't do that for you. That's reason enough. You don't want to do it? That's reason enough not to do a favor for somebody. Doesn't matter what the reasons are to yourself, okay? For not wanting to do that favor. You don't feel like it. You're too tired. It's inconvenient. Whatever it is. I'm sorry, I can't do that for you. If you don't want to do it. Second question. If I do this favor for this person, will it compromise me in any way? Will it compromise my time, my energy? Will I have to go out of my way for this person? Will it interfere with my schedule, my daily schedule, my work schedule, whatever it is? Will it cost me gasoline to do this favor for this person? Will it cost me any money to do this favor for this person? Will it inconvenience me in any way, shape, or form? Okay? If the answer to this question is yes, you must go back to that person who asked the favor of you and say, no, I'm sorry, I can't do it. You getting this? Will it compromise me in any way, even just a tiny bit? Do I feel put upon? Do I feel inconvenienced? Check in with this, okay? The third question you must ask yourself is, am I absolutely certain I can rely and depend on this particular individual to return a favor from me one day? Are they the kind of person who I can count on for reciprocation? This is very, very important because most of you people out there just give and 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 give without any expectation of reciprocation. Only a chump does that. Only a fool does that. Oh, some of you religious people out there are going, no. It's It's Christ-like to just give and give and give and give and give and not expect anything in return. Yeah, you're getting something in return. You're getting to validate for yourself that you're a good person, that you're a good Christian, because you give and give and give and give and expect nothing in return. But there's an ego payoff in that for you. There is. If you're really honest with yourself about it. So, if the answer to that third question, am I absolutely certain this person can and will reciprocate a favor for me one day when I need something? If the answer to that question is no, you must go back to that person and say, I'm really sorry, I can't do it for you. But you don't stick around for their retort. You just turn on your heel and walk away. Or if you're on the phone and calling them back and giving them your decision, you just say, yeah, I'm sorry, I can't do that for you and I got to go now. Okay? You don't stick around after you deliver your message to them. If that other person is crass enough and narcissistic enough and what's the word I want? Wow. I don't know. Inconsiderate enough, perhaps, to say to you, well, why not? Why can't you do this favor for me? Remember and bear in mind, they don't give a shit about you. They don't care about you. They don't respect you. They don't respect the fact that you have needs and feelings and a life of your own. They have no regard for you whatsoever. All they're interested in is their own agenda, getting their need met by you. Okay? So it takes a really crass, narcissistic person, when you've turned them down for a favor, to say to you, well, why not? And put you on the spot. And all you do is you reiterate, I'm really sorry, I just can't do it. You walk the fuck away or get off the phone immediately. Okay? Because this is not a person who cares one whit about you. Furthermore, and we probably all experienced this at one time or another, when we need something from somebody, we don't ask just one person. We don't. We think, who can we go to about this problem, about this difficulty, about this issue? What people can I call that are in my immediate sphere, my life, that are among my friends, whatever, and ask this favor of? We almost never just go to one source, because we understand on some level, we understand that it might not be convenient for them to fulfill this favor for us. So this is human nature. We keep our options open. Okay? Everybody does this. I mean, if they got a brain in their head, they do. So if you turn somebody down, they've asked a favor of you, and you've first of all bought yourself time. Let me get back to you on that. You're going to practice this over and over and over again, okay, till it becomes natural for you not to say yes immediately. And you get back to that person because you've asked yourself those three questions, and you know, at least one of them makes you feel like, no, you really don't want to fulfill that favor for them. Trust me, they've got a couple more people at least lined up that they can go to. They may have already asked those people. They've kind of sent out the ships and asked as many people as they think they can get that need met with when they've come to you. So trust me, if you say no to that person, no, I'm sorry, no, thank you, no, I really can't do that for you, I'm sorry, they've got other irons in the fire. know this, accept this, integrate this, okay? Because only a fool will ask one person to fulfill a favor for them. It's just human nature. We need our options open. If one person says, no, I can't, maybe the next one will say yes. It's safety in numbers kind of issue. All right. So let yourself off the hook. Never, ever put yourself in a position of being a deer in the headlights ever again by feeling like you should say, yes, I'll do that for you, when you really and truly want to say no. This will build your self-esteem. This will build your self-respect. It's part of self-care, really. You've got to learn to say no. When somebody offers you a beverage, or some food, or a cookie, and you don't want it, no, thank you, is really adequate. It's really adequate. Get used to incorporating these phrases into your vocabulary and just say no.